Money is not the objection, you know that. That's the first and easiest excuse that people could use, so they use it. Good morning, we are back. Another day, hitting it late night last night, very late. Got home and I literally just crashed. Woke up this morning and I'm back to finish off what I couldn't get finished last night. So big day ahead of us. Let's go. And that's the I guess what the whole concept of education-based marketing is. In this day and age, there's no shortage of stuff out there online, but there's shortage of quality information that people need to know. I personally have spent, the last 6-7 years mentoring business owners in the sense of creating strategy for their business, which allows us to now be able to obviously offer the hands-on doing of the work, but also coupling that with a strategy. So you can go to a lot of digital agencies where you can say, I want to run a Facebook ad, or I want to, manage my social media, and they can go and press the buttons. But like we said at the very start, anyone can press buttons. It's all about making sure that the buttons are being pressed in the most beneficial way for the most beneficial outcome. So we don't utilize SEO as one of our core deliverables, for the purpose being, I believe SEO is on its way out. It's a very, very long play methodology where it's almost like you can pay someone to do SEO and they can rank some of your blog posts, but you've always got to look back and go, what was the return on investment for that? Versus now we play in the digital space of social media, what's hot, what's working right now. I just think that there's so much competition for it right now. You could put a post on social media and it ranks before your fucking website. that you've spent tens of thousands of dollars on SEO to get that blog post ranked, but your Facebook post pops up. Just got to pay attention to what's happening now. Am I saying SEO is bad and should never be used? No, of course not. If I was starting a business right now, the last thing I'm caring about is getting articles ranked on search engine. I'd rather write a really good article, pay for it to be in front of someone and get the result. Just makes sense. You can do a two-day event as well, totally up to you. If you were gonna do a 2-day event, you could pretty much bypass the 3-hour free event, I believe, and you'd be able to sell, a 97 and a 197 ticket to your 2-day. It's a different person, right? You're talking to someone on the phone, getting them to spend $3,000, different story. Money is not the objection, you know that. That's the first and easiest excuse that people could use, so they use it. But you want to attract the different type of person, the person who has to invest into coming to those events. It's a different level of psychology, 2-day versus not. The more time you spend with someone, as you know, the better advantage it's going to be, right? Yeah. Because the more time you have, the more rapport is built and the easier it comes to making that decision. From your perspective, it comes down to, can you deliver a really good 2-day that doesn't give away everything, but leaves them wanting more. If I was you starting this, I would do a 2-day. Starting, 97, 197, or you could even do a 297 max price point and get people in for 2 days of magic and then upsell them into the next thing. All right, great, I'm logging on now. So I wanna, give me the download of where you're both at, and then let's set what's the next 30 days. So when we're connecting within the next 30 days, and this is what I also want, I want to make sure you guys are remaining accountable to these targets and the goals that we're setting. And I also want you to let me know how you feel I could be of more assistance and to be able to help you, okay? This is what I was saying, like when you're only 1 or 2 weeks ahead going, oh, we need to get some more jobs, that's when you choose the wrong job. Yeah, and when you choose the wrong job, that's when shit normally happens, because it's just the universe going. This is the other thing as well, is when you got someone working with you, you want to make sure you're painting a future picture. Like just because in your mind you can see what's coming up, if they don't have any idea about what's around the corner, it can be quite scary for a lot of people. A lot of people are in a job for certainty and security. It's like, well, they're only as secure as the bloody business is secure, right? But part of that comes with knowing that it's going to be okay, that there's something moving forward. You know, like if you said to him, oh, we got, you know, 500, we got 4 years worth of work, oh, beautiful. Even if it's letting them know what's coming up for the following month is always exciting. We let people know, like in our team, going, well, we've got this job potentially coming up, then this one, so it can paint a picture for people. Even though it's just you and him now, the reality is, you know, your business is running off the back of that. Here's something I'd challenge you to do is understand the process, get to know the process, so if you had to flip a house like within the next month, you know how to. Yeah, like if I said to you, I'm dropping you in China next month and you need to speak Chinese fluently, learn it now, because this is what will happen just by law of you understanding and filling in some gaps. You'll find out a lot more about the process, and you might be able to, you know, like we said from our first chat ever was, could it be done sooner? I guess what I'm saying is get yourself on the pulse, so if something did come up and an opportunity arose, you could jump on it if needed, you know, and you'd have the army ready to rock and roll. You know, when I say army, I'm not talking about heaps of people, but you'll be able to pull the trigger. With learning to become a coach, this is what I say to everyone. It's funny because I coach a lot of coaches, but it's the go through the journey and start using some tools that you're learning now to help others on a level where you're not charging them. One thing I don't like is how someone will go to a course and all of a sudden they're a coach and they're trying to charge thousands of dollars for their service. I personally have but again, you can do what you want, but I personally have a real big issue with that. It's like anything, you know, it's like you can't go to a personal trainer and they show you a workout, now you're charging your friends to do personal training. It's like, you just learned one workout, mate, right? But it all starts somewhere, right? I get it. And I say this because I know it very, very, very closely, because before I was a coach, I wanted to be a coach, and I didn't even have a business at that stage, but I wanted to coach others how to build their own business, right? So I learned that way, going, well, hold on. Someone said to me once, you haven't even got a fucking business yourself yet. How are you helping others build a business? Oh, but I just like coaching. So you got to get runs on the board. And this is where I say, just start immersing yourself in a lot of the stuff, you know, things that you've been learning, start sharing it with others as well, you know. I always say, do your due diligence, and I'd be doing you a disservice as a coach to you if I wasn't saying, hey, you know, like, go and do this course, go and learn, read the books, do all the learning, do all the trainings, but we've got to walk before we run, right? Yeah, it's interesting for me since CMG started, the last 3 months, I've been very similar, you know, like, not that I was cruising, but I sort of was a couple of years prior. Yeah. I've sort of gone and built big, you know, we built a franchise. That 2 years was just fucking, that was where everything happened, dude. Went from zero to fucking hero. Yeah. You know, went through that lull period of, you know what, the whole writing of my book, the Unleash Your Greatness stuff, because it was a realization of, you know, I need to make sure I'm being present, and what's the point of putting in all this work if I'm not able to enjoy it. And yeah, before we pulled the trigger on this, I was sort of in a nice, you know, built a nice business that didn't really I didn't have to do a lot, you know, because it'd obviously been built up to that way. But yeah, ever since I pulled the trigger on CMG, fucking Jesus, I'm going through another fucking whirlwind. It's funny. I probably lost count how many times I've woken up and go, what the fuck did I do? But ultimately I know that that's just growing pains, man, you know, like, and it's not so much growing pains because shit's bad or it's not working or anything like that. It's more the growing pains of going through new stuff, experiencing new things, and not so much, it doesn't have to necessarily be brand new, but on a different level of new. I've never had a level of responsibility where, and this sounds interesting, even though I've been a coach for years, I have a level of responsibility making sure I deliver to them the best knowledge that I can so they can go and do it. But now being in a position where we hold a strong level of accountability to produce the results now for people, you know. Yeah, if I go on and blew $5,000 on ads and it didn't work, I'm like, oh, good test, I learned this and this. Yeah, I can't be going, hey Julian, mate, we just tested that campaign, it was 5 Gs and fucking didn't work. Can't do that. Yeah, can't do that to you, right? Yeah. So we have a different level of responsibility, and it's interesting what it does to you as a person. Yeah. Certainly challenges you, and it takes me to the next level. Yeah. It's funny, you know, I went from 174 days. I had Monday and Friday off. I'd be playing golf
Yeah.
Did that for an entire year. It was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
And then, which was quite interesting because again, the whole concept of Unleash Your Greatness, right? I was having another conversation with someone and I was talking about the Unleash Your Greatness of, you know, living to your full potential, and it took me to have that lull to realize that lesson, to then realize once I'd been through that lull that, dude, there's still more to you.
Yeah.
You know, like, yeah, you could live this above average life doing that, but you can do this whole other thing over here, and you just got to be willing to pull up the pants and stub the toe along the way, you know. Yeah, I say all the time, I'm like, oh, fuck, I feel like I'm drowning, but it's a good drowning, you know. It's like, and you don't want to be feeling like that all the time, of course. You know, it's like anything in business. You got to feel that, because on the other side of that is, good, I made it.
Yeah.
Right, and that's, you know, just building up the battle scars. But the beautiful thing, if you strip it all back, what's the worst? Like, really? The worst is my ego gets hurt because I say Campbell Media doesn't work.
Yeah.
But it would only never work if I didn't want it to work. So it'll only be self-sabotage. It's a journey. It's not, certainly not a fact. Oh, it's a journey full of sprints.
I think it's a marathon of sprints.
Yeah. It's the hurdles. You're like, yes, I'm over it. Ah, oh, fuck, there's another one. Hey. Yeah. I did it again. Me and this guy, only one's left. Everyone's gone home. Surprise, surprise. Another big day down. I'm putting in the time, putting in the hours.
Hashtag no life.
Making it happen. Hashtag no life. Hashtag no life now for later, for more later. That's what you got to do. Sometimes you just got to put in those extra hours, get it done. All I do know is when I'm sitting in Bora Bora at Christmas, I'm going to look back and go, you fucking deserved every second of this. So anyway, enough of that. Have a fantastic evening. Hope you've enjoyed the vlog. Did I say evening? Might be more. It'll be evening generally when you're probably watching. But if it's morning, have a great morning. Have a great day.
What if it's afternoon?
If it's afternoon, it'll be afternoon. But what should they do, Jake?
Like, comment, subscribe.
Why do you sound different?
Because I had my mouth full of water.
Like, comment, subscribe, as Jake said. Listen to him or else he gets angry. That guy, he gets pretty angry. No, he doesn't see you. Thank you for watching today's vlog. If you would like to tune into another episode, hit the video on your left. And don't forget to subscribe by hitting the link on the right.